Flop, this word is often used to refer to an uninteresting or unbalanced game with terrible controls. Or if the game has an absurd level of difficulty. The virtual reality game Tower of Trials exactly matched this description. After the launch of the game, the Korean old men, each of whom considered it his hobby to beat its creators, rushed to conquer this game, refusing to eat and sleep for 365 days a year. However, over the past 3 years, people have realized that this is a game that cannot be passed. The Guardian of the Gate, worthy of being called invincible. The polar region in which you can freeze to death after an hour. A long maze with a length of more than 10,000 kilometers. This was no longer entertainment, but a real torture. After this, the game went bankrupt. Or rather, almost went bankrupt. There were a small number of people still challenging the game. The main character, who was also a player, finally cleared the 50th floor. He was the first to be able to completely clear the test tower. The hero was very happy and surprised by such an achievement. Unlike others, he repeatedly passed the levels, memorizing everything to achieve the goal. He spent 11 years on everything. The hero did not expect that he would be able to clean up the last floor. It's just a pity that he did not start the broadcast. Nevertheless, he decided to post the video on YouTube. The guy didn't have time to do it and he received a notification. In it, he was thanked that he was still playing their game and notified that there would be a new update in 12 hours. They also wished the hero a pleasant game. The hero could not understand where the company got the money for a game that almost no one plays. The hero didn't care about the update, because after passing it, he decided not to enter it anymore. The hero decided to hold the last broadcast, on which he earned all this time. He decided to change his life, since he was already 27 years old. He no longer wants to live on just 500,000 won a month. He intended to give up sports for a while. Previously, the hero was told that he would go to professional sports. Now, for a guy, money is more important than sports. The guy was broadcasting on which he communicated with the audience. The hero decided to tell subscribers important news. But in the end, I couldn't cope with the pressure and laughed it off. The guy decided to officially announce tomorrow that he stops broadcasting. The next morning, the guy had a very bad headache. He decided to quickly post a video about the passage of the test tower, but when he started the computer, he saw that the test tower appeared in real life. He went to the broadcast where the person was very surprised by the appearance of the tower from the game created 11 years ago. The hero was thinking about what was happening, but his thoughts were interrupted by a notification. The first stage of the tower test upgrade has been completed. It was also announced that all players must move to the next floor within 90 days. In case of failure, all of humanity will be destroyed. The hero was terrified, but he needs to stay calm. Since the tower has become a reality, he has no time to hesitate. He hurried to a place where he could get one item. The hero understood that the world could be destroyed, but at this moment he was delighted. Other people had a panic. They decided to go to another country, but unfortunately the tower appeared there too. The hero reached the descent to the subway. The hero went inside and a notification popped up, which said that he had entered the event room. The guy noticed that the people who were there were playing the first part of the Tower of Trials. People were just watching each other. A guy came up to the hero and started talking. This man was a YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers. The hero asked if it was time for the interlocutor to broadcast. He only said that what kind of broadcast could be in such a situation. The guy started asking the hero what floor he got to in the game, because he knew that he spent a lot of time playing. Due to the management of the interlocutor's company, people with whom the hero rose together on streams ended their careers due to pressure. This guy was trying to get benefits and said that if the hero tells everything, he will change the terms of the contract to more favorable ones. The hero did not stand on ceremony with Lee Jong-soo for a long time and hit him with his forehead right on the nose. From the blow, this man's teeth fell out and began to bleed. The hero felt better after he hit his hater. A mangrove tree came out of the water, which the people there were very happy about. Fruits began to appear on the tree. The effect of these fruits was to raise the starts of dexterity, strength, and mana. The hero knew that it was a good item, but there were only 4 fruits on it. People began to fight for the opportunity to take the fruit. His hater spoke to the hero again and offered to unite and divide the fruit in half. The hero told the interlocutor to shut up, since the time has not yet come. The first fruit was plucked and eaten. The person who did it received +3 points to dexterity. Ordinary people did not know about the effect of the fruits, and those who played completely concentrated their attention on trying to extract them, while the old ladies are enjoying the spectacle. People remembered that if you eat the fruit, the tree becomes dangerous. People started running because when they played the game they died countless times from this tree. Only the hero remained standing. The enemy of the hero decided to leave. To the hero's question whether he decided to surrender, he replied that he did not want to die a dog death. The hero said that he was sorry about the decision made by the interlocutor, since the true reward can only be obtained if all the fruits are eaten. The man was surprised but did not believe the words of the hero a little. He asked again, and after another answer of the hero believed. He asked what the hero's plan was and he started talking. He planned to go around the tree on both sides to distract his attention. They have begun the execution of their plan. The hero began to advance and dodged the roots of the tree, which intended to kill him. The guy drew attention to his enemy, who remained standing in place. He once said that the hero should be a bait. Surprisingly, the hero smiled, and was glad that the character of the enemy had not changed. The hero reflected that in the end the enemy would become a bait by staying behind him. The guy dodged one of the roots and it enveloped his enemy. While the tree was killing the guy, the hero ran to the place he needed. The man begged to save him, but the hero was unstoppable. As a result, that person was crushed by the tree. The hero approached the tree, which again began to attack him. He knew every possible attack, so he easily dodged. The guy has already seen what he needs, namely the core of this tree. The hero was glad that everything was happening exactly as in the game. The tree used a blood-sucking vine. Although the hero knew how the attack would take place, it would be physically difficult for him to dodge. Therefore, the guy decided to change the attack trajectory to avoiding fatal injuries. The hero reflected every attack directed in his direction. Even there was a feeling that he saw the future, but this was the effect of his long game. He almost got close to the thing he needed, but the tree used soporific butterflies. It does this as a defense mechanism. If you don't know a way to bypass this ability, this butterfly is inhaled instantly. And the method of protection is very simple. It will be safe if you just hold your breath. The hero finally got close to the target. There was one jerk left and he finally did what he planned. The tree died and he received a notification that he was the first to cope with the tree. The hero did not expect that all the information he remembered would be useful to him, yet it was not for nothing that he had spent the last 11 years in the game. After the victory, another window popped up, where the hero will be given a level of honor for a day. In order to complete the procedure, he had to name the player. The hero decided to remain anonymous. This was done because the guy would have huge problems if his identity was revealed. The hero has already taken out a core from a dead tree. If the fruit gives 3 stats, then the core is as much as 12. It was really an incredible item, as even after passing 50 floors, he couldn't find a better one. The guy absorbed this thing and his body was covered with light. The hero decided to check whether it was well absorbed and entered the stats. He had the first level, but the stats were already there. Strength 5, Agility 7, Endurance 7, Mana 5, and there were unused prints in the amount of 12. The hero was now the strongest first level. An hour later, a video was posted with information about the first victory. In the comments, people were shocked that some person was able to overcome this. The video of the fight was uploaded to the network and people were just delighted with the fight. After the video was published, offers of cooperation flew to the hero. He understood that it was really incredible to defeat the tree at the first level. The hero lived a hard life. He could hardly earn money for food, often delayed the rent. He could sit hungry for several days to save money for food. If these proposals had been received by the hero a day ago, he would have agreed without hesitation, but now times have changed. He did not intend to share information for either 1 or 10 billion. Right now, the most important thing for the guy was to monopolize information. While the guy was busy, the mana emanating from the tower covered the whole of Seoul. It didn't really affect anything, only the relics that became sacred outside the tower. Although they were not real, since they were in the tower, but even fakes had power. The hero went to the People's Central Museum, where a lot of relics were kept. The only problem was that not only the hero aimed at this place, and unlike the last quest, which appeared in 7 different places, this place is one. The hero knew that a lot of people, including old people, would gather in this place. The hero entered the event room and was amazed, because there was a deathly silence. He noticed the corpse of a burned guy. It looks like it was the first person who came here. Looking at the corpse of a man, the hero was surprised. The world had changed, so he thought that people had also changed after him. But the difference between expectation and reality turned out to be very big. In just a day, everyone has become too fearless. People have set their sights on the sacred relic, the Tato Enjido map. In fact, this relic gave information. There were a lot of things written about the tower, where the relics are monsters and so on. Although there is no information above the 10th floor, but even that was enough to light a fire in the hearts of people. But in fact, the real treasure is hidden in the clay. People were fighting for relics and one man shouted and asked them to stop. He said he would kill anyone who moved. People already with weapons considered this nonsense and decided to attack the man. He used an ability that enlarged his arms. This surprised people, since this person had already received a personal ability. He told people to leave and give him the card. An old man approached the man and said. The man reacted very sharply to the actions of the old man and began to threaten him. After the insults, the old man continued. He said that it was unclear who would kill whom first and lit a fire in his hand. After the man's surprise, the old man directed his attack at him. In an instant, the old man's opponent burned alive. The old man said that everything that happened was the man's fault. The girl expressed her gratitude for cooperating with the old man. He told the girl to sort out the rest. She took out a god figurine and used the ability, after which she turned into a mirror creature. The girl warned that from now on any movement that will be made by a person will be considered aggression and he will be killed by this creature. People threw away their weapons out of desperation. Unexpectedly, the hero continued walking. He began to think out loud about the mess that the people around him had made. The hero picked up the paper and was glad that it did not tear. The girl turned to the guy. She was angry because it looked like her words were jokes for him. She showed the creature to kill the guy. It attacked the hero. Unexpectedly, the hero not only repelled the creature's attack, but also knocked the weapon out of his hands. The girl was just shocked by what she saw. People didn't understand how the hero managed it, and it only amused him, since they couldn't even imagine how many stats he had. The hero asked what the girl would do, but she did not intend to go away and took out a few more figurines from the bag. This surprised the hero, since supporting 5 creatures at once requires a large level. The hero was also surprised by the magician he had recently seen. The girl was hurt by the fact that the hero called her technique not bad, but he continued. In his opinion, this technique was something between not bad and something like that. The girl thought it was a bluff, but the hero did not stand on ceremony and said that he would show it now. The hero decided to show her the overwhelming difference between them. The hero used the selected relic Pine Tiger and injected his mana into it. As a result, the ruler of the mountains appeared, which surprised the girl very much. The hero stroked the animal and ordered him to attack. Ting headed for the girl's puppets and tore them apart with ease. The girl could not believe what she saw. The animal summoned by the hero so quickly dealt with her puppets. The girl felt as if her skin was being ripped off. She realized that she could not win and fell to her knees. The hero began to approach her. When he was close enough, he ordered her to give that thing. The girl pretended not to understand. But he gave the exact name of the object, namely the Mask of Tutankhamun. The girl said that she was useless in Korea, but the hero ordered the tiger to threaten, after which the girl hurried to give the relic to the guy. The girl asked if the hero intended to find the map of Titanejido. The hero said it was none of her business. The guy ordered his animal to watch the people so that he would not follow him. The hero was glad that everything worked out for him and now he intended to get the strongest skill of the Tower of Trials. The old man did not understand how it happened. He stood with the hero. Grandpa didn't understand how he could get here. An incomprehensible wall appeared between them. The hero called it a barrier of the first level. The old man was a little surprised by the hero's knowledge. This was the first time the old man had seen such a barrier. No matter if it was a physical or magical attack, it wouldn't affect him. The hero touched the barrier and notified the old man that he knew a way to destroy the barrier. The hero also said that he had one condition for his help. The guy said that if the old man continuously affects the barrier with his flame, it will weaken. The old man asked how long it needed to be done, and the hero replied that until he returned with the necessary relics. The old man asked again. Does the hero want the old man to act on the barrier while he is inside? The hero said that alone he would not be able to influence the barrier. The old man has the right not to believe him, but there is only one way out. The hero said that he would give up the card to the old man if he helped. The interlocutor asked if the hero would definitely give the card, to which he said yes, since he did not want to become an enemy of the user of high-level magic. The old man trusted the guy. He summoned the flame and began to launch barter attacks. The hero, in turn, broke through it. The old man told the guy to hurry up. The hero noticed that most likely there was only one person in this place who took only one thing, namely the Qianlong sword. The hero was glad that the man took exactly that item, since in his opinion it was a second-class relic, and Perrin also found coins of the Li dynasty. This was the last piece of mosaic to create the strongest skill. The hero combined two relics, from which a message about the merger came out. It climbs out only when two suitable relics are connected. The hero added the newly received coins, and now the three artifacts reacted to each other. The hero was able to overcome a very small percentage and the feast was successful, and the hero received a relic of the Eye of Truth, which had an SS class. It allowed you to look into other people's status windows and know if they were telling the truth or lying 3 times a day. Due to the fulfillment of unusual conditions, the hero received the ability to unite over rang. This skill made it possible to copy the skills of other players. The old man was already very tired and asked the guy to hurry up. He decided to copy the old man's ability. The condition for this was that he would need to force Min Shongwu to show his true essence. It was easy, since the hero only needed to anger the old man. The hero was approached by an old man who asked him to hurry up. The guy said he could stop using the skill. The man at first did not understand what it was said, but the hero continued. With a very cool look, he said there was no need to use it. The old man did not understand why he did it then. The hero said a word in Latin, after which the barrier disappeared. In fact, the old man did not help the hero break through the barrier in any way, it was just a waste of time and mana. The hero was thinking that the next thing the hero needs to do is to get the old man out of himself. The hero knows everything about the tower, so the map is useless for him, but still the hero is not going to give it to anyone. The old man started shouting, and the hero with a cold-blooded smile said that he did not need this card. The guy set fire to the picture. The hero didn't want his advantage to disappear, so he destroyed the thing that threatened it. The old man started shouting and swearing at the guy, and the hero only coolly rejoiced at the acquired skill. Now in the hero's piggy bank was the first copied skill, namely the B-rank fire element. The old man was very angry, which amused the hero. The guy used the old man's ability, only in his performance it looked much stronger. The old man was shocked by what he saw. The old man was thinking about the unimaginable abilities of the guy. The hero said that if the old man is really going to climb in the tower, he should obey the hero. The hero reflected that only 4 old men appeared in the museum, including him. Now the hero's goal was to get as many skills as possible. The hero previously ordered the old man to raise the level together with the girl with whom they were friends. The hero was very happy to have the opportunity to get new skills. Now his life will definitely change. Unexpectedly, the hero's good mood was interrupted by the sound of his stomach. He was hungry. The guy went to a cafe to have a snack. On TV they talked about the incident at the museum where at least 23 people were killed and more than 50 wounded were found. There are many seriously injured among the victims, so the number of deaths will continue to grow. The news said that the people who created it targeted the museum, but not only in Korea but also in other countries around the world. A video was posted. It was hard for people to believe what was happening there, but it was all reality. People were discussing the incredible shots they had seen. The people and the man in the video recognized the guy who first defeated the tree. For this reason, the guy began to think about another disguise so that he could hide better. According to the news, the Department of Association of the Awakened was created for people with abilities. This surprised the hero, as the government reacted really quickly. The news showed the head of the association, his name was Han Sang-jin. He began to hang up that they were recruiting people with abilities and that the salary would be huge, although everything depends on the skills of the applicant. People discussed the words said by the head of the association. They thought it was an incredible opportunity for people. The hero noticed an interesting thing. The head said that the people who appeared on the video would be an exception. The hero suspected that he was their target. In fact, one capable Tselevek will be more valuable than 100 ordinary players. It is for this reason that the hero will try to recruit. The hero was considering the abilities of the head. Since he was given such a position, he should be quite good. The idea of copying the ability of the head crept into the guy's head. The hero knew that today at 7 p.m. when the hour hand indicates the new time, the Tower of Trials will be opened. As the hero expected, a notification popped up indicating the opening of the tower. The players were transferred to it. New notifications came that said that in honor of the fact that the tower was opened, all players were given 100 coins that could be used inside. The tower also conveyed that players should take a video of what they are doing, because for every 10,000 views they will be credited with 100 coins. There was also a stream function, which was available only when the player was raiding the boss. In case of an attempt to fake the views, punishment will be applied. The hero was pleased with the news that he learned, because the more views there are, the more coins he will get. People began to run to the goblin cave, as it was possible to sit down and hunt there. The hero was in no hurry and people just pushed him trying to take a good position faster than anyone. The hero decided not to share information for the sake of views, as this will only harm himself. The hero has already decided what he will do, namely, go another way, which is different from the others. The hero in the game was stuck on the 30th floor, so he immediately began to explore all the floors below, and when he managed to figure out what the problem was, he was completely disappointed. It turned out that the character that the hero pumped with such efforts was a complete incompetence. So in the past, the guy deleted the character and started over. The hero got to the place because of which he started the game anew in the past, namely the Labyrinthos maze, which had a degree of difficulty B. It was an incredibly confusing maze with a bunch of traps. The hero was not very happy that he would have to go through this maze again. He went inside and was covered with a mood. The hero was happy, but not for long. He noticed other people. He asked who they were, and they said they were looking for a place to hunt and took them into this maze. Earlier, these people were following the hero, as it seemed to them that he knew something. They saw how the guy went into the maze and followed him. Before following the hero, these people discussed that they should kill the guy and take all the items for themselves. The girl suggested going through the maze together with the hero and her people, since it is better to share the danger together than to go into trouble alone. The hero activated the Eye of Truth, as he saw that the girl was trying to outwit him. The guy was looking at the stats of the girl after she introduced herself. Her name is Park Hannah, she was 22 years old and earlier she reached the second floor of the tower in the game. The guy drew attention to a very entertaining skill that the girl possessed, namely contact. He allowed even with the first person he met to get closer easily. He also relieves the feeling of awkwardness. The conditions for obtaining were that the hero would spend 240 hours with the girl, but one of the important factors was that they would be just the two of them. The hero was definitely interested in this skill. The guy behind the girl also introduced himself. He curled up once in the past after passing the first level of the head in the game. The second girl also reached only the first floor, and the last girl reached the third. Two other guys have never played the Tower of Trials. The hero just gave his name. Kang Jin-hyuk understood perfectly well that these people wanted to eat him, so he did not memorize the names of each of them. The girl snuggled up to the hero and intended to find out which floor he got to in the game. She immediately activated the contact. If the hero did not know about the action of the skill, he would really think that he and the girl were close. He pushed her away from him and coldly said that he had risen as much as he could. The girl did not understand why the effect of her skill did not work, but she could not get the hero further on this issue, so she tried to find out information about the maze. The hero also said that this maze changes at a certain hour. People didn't really understand what the hero was talking about, but suddenly the maze began to shake. People didn't understand what was going on. since this is a first-level maze. The structure of the building began to change. The girl was almost killed, but at the last moment she managed to jump away. After the transformation, all people were in shock, only the hero remained unharmed and calm. The guys could not understand how such a place could appear on the first floor, and the hero was surprised that they knew about such labyrinths and assumed that they had managed to visit such. The guys decided to leave this place, as it is really too dangerous a maze for the first floor. The head of this group of people told the girl with the help of her ability to find a way out, but it turned out to be a great grief that she could not do it, because due to the change in the maze, her ability was deactivated. Despair was visible on the head's face. The hero was surprised by their stupidity. He could not understand why they were so confident in their abilities. It turns out it was only because of some kind of navigation skill. The hero realized that these people were idiots, but now things were more important, since he should appear soon. The girl was angry and started shouting at the hero. She blamed him for not warning them. She blamed the hero for the fact that they almost died because of him. Other members of her squad followed her example and also started shouting at the hero. The guy didn't care about the screams of fools. He said that he didn't call because of himself. They themselves decided to follow him. This answer surprised the girl. The hero made a gloomy face and said that he did not invite them. One of the girl's squad took out a weapon. He started saying something that he immediately disliked the hero and that if such a thing he intends to deal with it. Without having time to make an unnecessary movement, he was instantly killed by the hero. The other members of the squad were scared by what had just happened. This scene was interrupted by the minotaur appearing. When they saw him, they took up arms. Only their leader was in despair, because she understood that they were all corpses. The hero told these people to step aside and headed straight for the monster. The head of those people was surprised by this. She did not understand what he wanted to do. The guy was already close to the monster. He tried to stop the hero's breakthrough with a blow with a baton, but the guy jumped up and dodged the blow. The hero was sure that he dodged, and the system told him about it, but still the shoulder was wounded. The hero managed to get a hidden stat, which was called a breach. This stat allows you to reduce it in a battle with a strong opponent with an excessive difference in levels, and to increase it even more in a battle with a weak opponent. If you fight with a stronger opponent for every 3 prints, the difference decreases in level. The hero grabbed the minotaur's horn and landed lightly on the ground. This was the way in which the hero staying at the first level will be able to grow. This was the only way the hero found out about with great difficulty. The monster directed his furious axe attack at the hero. He knew all the possible attacks of the minotaur, as he had fought with him thousands of times. From the fact that he dodged each attack, he received 0.05 to the stat breach. The countless attacks of the monster did not leave a trace on the guy. He easily avoided every attack and pumped his new stat. The monster's attacks were of no use, since they don't make any sense without hitting. The people watching the incredible fight were not a little surprised and scared, because that was the kind of person they were going to kill. The leader from Otrad was in a deplorable state of mind. She thought how stupid she was, since she thought she could kill this man and take the rewards. The hero began to provoke the minotaur. He went off the rails and growled very much. After such a sound attack, the monster tried to pull off a strong axe attack, while the hero dodged at the very last moment to pump the skill. The minotaur's furious attack slightly scratched the guy's neck. He took such a risk, because the more the hero's life is in danger, the more he will get a stat breach. After such a fatal attack, the hero received a whole 1 stat breach. The hero was pleased with the result he managed to get by dodging attacks. Dodging the attacks of the minotaur, he realized that now he would have to finish. The guy drew attention to a group of people who hurriedly tried to leave the maze. The girl told her subordinates that they should rather run away from the hero and that most likely there is a button somewhere in the wall. A hero appeared behind her, who seriously frightened the girl. He asked where these people were going. She couldn't answer, because as soon as she looked in the guy's direction, she saw a minotaur that was ready to deliver a final attack that could kill the hero. The minotaur was already a step away from the hero, but at the last moment he pulled the girl by the hand and saved her from being hit. From such an attack, debris flew in different directions. As a result of such an action, some members of the squad were killed. The guy next to whom it happened was horrified by the death of his comrades, but their head felt even more desperate to whom the hero spoke. He told about the hidden stat, and that they just need to dodge the minotaur's attack. He turned to the monster again and called him a calf. The maze began to change again. The last moment before they separated with the monster, he said that he would see him later and waved his hand. The minotaur was furious with anger. He swung an axe. The girl was in a deplorable state, and the guy from her squad didn't look any better. The girl said that maybe they managed to break away from the minotaur and they are safe, but the hero surprised her with the words that he touched a butterfly, the smell of which attracts minotaurs, so most likely he will continue chasing them. The girl didn't understand why the guy did it. The hero said that all this is in order to understand the stats. The hero told about his plan. He rests when the maze changes, and then he has fun with the minotaurs and so on in a circle. The girl asked how long the hero would do this, to which the guy said 1 month. After hearing this, two people were broken, since what had just happened was hell for them. The girl expressed a desire to go separately from the hero, since perhaps the monster would stop chasing them if they went separately. The hero said that it is quite possible, but they don't know which way they will go. The guy said that it's much more dangerous to move around without an orienteer. The girl asked if the hero knew about the exit, to which he replied that he knew everything about this maze. The girl thought about it and came to the realization that she had no choice. She agreed to stay with the hero so arrogantly, as if she was doing him a favor. Her arrogance was instantly shattered by the hero, who said not to make a decision so quickly, because you have to pay for everything. The guy put a knife to the girl's face and ordered her to give all the coins she owned. At the same time, one person was fighting goblins and broadcasting. With the help of a shield, he blocked the attacks of enemies and easily killed them with a sword. He and his team were happy that their video became popular. He thanked the guys who helped him. One of the guy's people said that most likely the audience thinks that it was all just his handiwork, and they didn't even notice the buffs that were thrown on him. A person appeared in the comments who called the result at 15 o'clock not so cool, since he knew a person who could do it in 5 hours. He didn't pay attention to the comments, he was so absorbed in his popularity and wealth, but his man interrupted the guy's beauty, as a new video was uploaded, which instantly overtook them. The video was about the fact that one person for the first time tenfold strengthened the subject. This infuriated the blogger, but such an improvement is really amazing. People were very surprised by this, because if you look at the percentage, it's just impossible. The guy also couldn't believe it. Views were rising at a very high rate. 10 minutes ago, the hero was commanding new subordinates. He ordered them to prepare a strong place and everything they needed for a bonfire. When they left, the hero decided that he needed to start. He opened an exchange where he found items that could be bought. Enchanted tarot cards of F rank, a fragment of an old worn-out bronze key of F rank, a piece of a wooden cartwheel of E rank, and a lotto booster of F rank. Although these items were garbage, but the hero believed that the most important thing was to know how to use them, so he bought them. The guy started combining 3 items, everything was covered with a blue aura, and the delicious meal was successful. The hero managed to get the Wheel of Fortune, the Goddess of Fortune. Although this item was not completely completed, but it had an S rank, it allowed you to increase your luck by a maximum of 10 minutes. The hero summoned his dagger and used the item. He also bought 10 luck tokens, after using which he received a 100% chance of luck. As a result, the hero managed to improve his dagger 10 times, which was the maximum number of possible weapon upgrades. The hero was the first to succeed in such a thing, so he received 5,000 coins as a reward. This achievement will be placed on the Trail of Glory for a day. The guy tried out his improved weapon and realized that it was now really worthwhile. After 10 days, which were like hell for the hero's servants, they were completely disarmed. A fire made from collected branches, a bed of moss, and the absence of any food except mushrooms and the same moss brought them to such a state. The girl drew attention to the sleeping hero and asked about his battles with the minotaur, which took place regularly. For the girl, it was a constant struggle on the verge of life and death. The girl spoke to the guy. She said that if this continues, they will simply die, since the hero uses them and will leave. The girl communicated with anonymous users. They had to find out about the hero, but they failed. All channels for the game were blocked, even videos on people's phones were erased, and there is no video from the hero on the new site, because his goal is a solo game. The girl, hearing all this, was in despair. She asked if they had passed the information to Arapa and asked about how the Thieves Guild reacted to this. Anonymous said that the information was transmitted, although the guild began to dig for the hero, but they would need at least 3 weeks to find this place. After the girl heard such a long time, she became even more desperate. The guy asked the girl about everything that he managed to find out. The girl said that nothing and offered a plan to the guy. She planned to kill the sleeping hero and escape to the cave they had recently stumbled upon to hide from danger until her appa came to rescue them. The guy decided to get rid of the hero right now and took the stone. He swung to crush the hero's head with one blow, but at the last moment he was stopped by a girl. She said that the hero has the reaction speed of a monster, so there is a chance that he would immediately react to the attack. The guy asked what the girl was offering. She started telling him that her appa is in the Black Raven Guild and he gave her one thing in case of danger. It was a deadly poison, one drop of which would be enough to kill 100 trolls. It was called the poisonous sting of a giant immature pumpkin wasp. The girl said that if it is worth acting, then for sure, that is, in a way that the hero will not be able to resist. After a while, the hero was holding a wooden bowl with mushrooms and moss in his hand. He was also tired of eating such food. The hero told the girl to bring water and give the guy more mushrooms. Since there were a lot of mushrooms, the hero was given supplements and he said bon appetit. The guy started eating, and the girl was thinking about what kind of guy is a bugger. As soon as the hero ate the first mushroom, the girl was delighted in the chat from Anonymous. The guy and the girl were glad that the hero ate their poison. The plate with mushrooms fell and suddenly the hero was poisoned by a guy who started coughing up blood and covered with veins. He was screaming in pain, and the girl was quickly thrown into even greater despair with a lack of understanding of the situation. The hero came up to the body of a guy and a girl and called them jerks for thinking that the hero would fall for such a primitive trick. The girl was surprised that the guy knew about the poison. The hero at the moment when he asked for supplements quickly changed the plates. The hero accused the girl of secretly conducting an illegal live broadcast. She began to deny and shout that he had no proof. The hero filed a complaint against the girl for violating the rules. After the system started executing the punishment, it removed all viewers and banned them from watching the video for a month. If they suddenly scold the rules again, they will be completely deleted. Suddenly there was a roar. It was the same minotaur that was chasing the hero. He rushed to the people. The girl hid behind the guy and asked if he would fight again and where she should hide. The hero said that the girl is too brazen. Why would he help her when she was trying to send him? The girl was horrified, but the hero received a notification that the conditions for obtaining the skill were met. Now the hero didn't need the girl. The girl started threatening the guy with her brother, who was in the Raven Guild, but a monster came and struck the ground with an axe, from which the girl was thrown away, and the hero just dodged. The hero decided to show the girl the difference between him and that stupid guild. He filled his knife with mana from the air and stabbed the monster's neck. The wound left on the minotaur was not deep. The hero, dodging attacks, reflected that he could not be killed so easily, so now it's better for him to dodge attacks. The hero attacked the monster with fire and when he was distracted, he struck the tendons on the legs of the minotaur, from which he fell. The hero started provoking the monster again. He wanted to force the minotaur to use his last card. As a result, he succeeded and the minotaur activated level 10 rabies. The monster got to its feet and let out a terrifying roar. The hero reacted calmly while the girl could not figure out how to defeat such a creature. Rabies is a skill that increases performance by 30% within 5 minutes, as well as this skill allows time to speak a human language. The monster threatened to tear the hero to pieces. The monster looks really scary. He pointed his axe at the hero and swore to kill him. The hero said that after the suppression of the skill, the power of the minotaur really became quite good and ordered him to attack. The mad monster struck with an axe, but the hero did not dodge for a moment, but blocked the blow with a knife. The monster began to make simple attacks with his axe, but the hero easily blocked them all. The girl couldn't believe what she was seeing. The hero did not dodge, but took all the power of the blows on himself. She realized that even if all the guild members were here, they would still not be able to defeat such a monster, but the hero alone fights with him on equal terms. The hero was fighting a monster and there was a smile on his face. It seemed that this fight brought him a huge amount of emotions. The hero thought about it. He used to hate reality because he felt helpless in it. For him, in reality, in the game, the complexity was like hell, but this world reacts to it. The hero has accumulated as many as 57 breach stats. Blocking and repelling the enemy's attacks, the hero was able to get close to him, but the monster unexpectedly moved quickly and turned out to be on the side, where he planned to punch right at the guy. At the last moment, the minotaur stopped his strike, or rather, could not complete it. 5 minutes have passed and the action of the skill has ended. Although rabies gives great power, but the penalty for such power is also huge. The user falls into suspended animation for a whole day. The hero was very happy with the work done. The stat points he received would be enough to overcome the difference of 19 levels. The girl asked if everything was over, but the hero hurried to upset her. He said that he got rid of the minotaur only for a while. If the maze is changed and they wait a little more than a day, the monster will appear again. The hero was going to pump his skills for another 20 days. After 20 days, the guy was still fighting with the minotaur. He dodged all the attacks of the monster and as a result, he managed to accumulate 100 breach stats for the whole month. After the stat had 100 prints, the hero struck the chin of the minotaur with his hand, from which he flew away. The hero said goodbye to his favorite toy and switched to the girl, as it remained only to deal with her. The hero said that he was gathering a company of old men. The girl did not understand a little what the guy was talking about, and this enraged the hero. He didn't see the desire in the girl's eyes and it annoyed him. The girl started screaming about her huge doing, joined the hero. The hero asked what the girl could do for his company. She began to talk about her ability to contact, but the hero did not really care, since he had already acquired this ability. The hero continued to question her, but she couldn't think of anything. The guy called her a disappointment. The girl begged to give her time to think, but the hero did not give her that. The frightened girl said that she could give the guy a brazen ring. The girl fell into the hero's legs and began to beg for mercy. The hero was surprised that this ring got into the Raven Guild, since this item is the best of all that can be obtained on the first floor. This ring allows you to increase speed, gives magic resistance, and also has the ability to restrain the mana of monsters. The hero activated the Eye of Truth and found out that the girl's words turned out to be true. The hero congratulated the girl on acquiring the status of an intern of the company of old men. The hero said that he would not pay his salary and if he suddenly called the girl should come to him with a bullet, and no matter where she is, it's her problem how to get to him. The hero also said that they had to sign a contract. The hero combined 2 skills, namely contact and the fire element, and received the A-rank soul brand skill. The guy also warned the girl that it would hurt her a little. The girl did not understand, but the hero was amused by what she thought about printing on paper. He congratulated her on joining and applied the skill, which made her scream so much. The brand of the soul is new, allowing you to control a person. If suddenly he violates an order or attacks the owner, then his body will start to hurt like hell. The hero and his subordinate finally came out of the maze. A notification popped up that the maze of the first floor was passed for the first time. The girl fell to her knees and tearfully rejoiced that they had finally left this terrible place. Another notification popped up, in which the hero and the girl were notified that their names would be on the honor list for 1 day and each player who passed the maze would be given 5,000 coins. The girl rejoiced at the reward for the torment, but her joy was interrupted by the hero, who demanded the money received by the girl. The hero was really pleased, because he already had more than 10,000 coins on his balance. Most likely he was a bad player. The hero ordered to bring the ring within 3 days. The girl said that this is a very small period, but the hero after these words made it even smaller, namely that the girl would bring the ring in 2 days. She said she would try. The world was discussing on the news that in a week the strongest guild of Korea Tangan plans to defeat the boss of the 3rd floor. The Tangan Guild is the leading guild in Korea. Although players from other countries are fighting just as fiercely in the tower, but the stakes are high at the root. The news said that China did not send support and one of the people said that you need to cope with your own forces, and not wait for support from outside. The hero was surprised that they were already planning to go to the boss of the 3rd floor and thought that most likely he was in too much of a hurry. The hero understands why the guild is in a hurry, as it wants to get as many resources as possible. But each floor is given 90 days and there is no need to go to the 3rd now, even the 2nd makes little sense. They will not strengthen the rear, and the complexity will grow with each floor. Faced with this, people will not cope with the level of complexity. But humanity will not have a second chance. The hero decided to collect information about the events of the last month. The hero decided to turn to people he can trust. The hero summoned two people. The first was a guy named Itaemin, who also has the nickname Bald Head. The second person was a girl with the nickname Fire Fist named Yuhurwa. The hero was surprised that these people were not at all like their avatars in the game. Previously, the hero played with these people 2 years ago. The hero used the Eye of Truth to see the stats of the allies. The guy was level 11 and had the skill King of Machines. The girl had a level 12. The hero assumed that they were hunting together, due to the fact that they have a similar level. The condition for copying the abilities of friends was to walk with them to the 20th floor. The guy asked the hero to introduce himself and he gave his name and, embarrassed, called his nickname, namely Captain Boring. The hero told that he was streaming on Paprika TV and that he was 27 years old. A friend was surprised that his friend turned out to be a streamer, so also on the channel he was watching. For the first time, the hero is comfortable being with people, since before he met only those who wanted to use or transfer him. It was only with them that he felt good. The hero learned from friends about the development of the main guilds of the world, the trend of streams, and about the team of miners who created a certain factory and kidnapped people. A friend asked if the hero had passed the test. The guy didn't know what the test was. They got out of the car and on the way a friend began to tell. When the tower first appeared, the flow of players rushed inside, but starting from the second floor, the number of dead increased, so the organization set restrictions, namely that those who passed the test can climb to the second floor. As a confirmation, they give a code. The hero thought about it. He understood that the head of the association, under the pretext of saving lives, gathers people with good abilities. The hero decided to use this system for his own benefit. After the creation of the association, players who received a score below F lost the opportunity to go to the second floor. However, players with high scores immediately receive an offer from all sorts of guilds. There are 3 types of people in the testing place. Those who want to get into the tower. People were waiting for their turn and were very worried. There were also reporters in that place who were immediately ready to inform the guilds about talented people. They immediately paid attention to the subordinate of the hero and Park Ha-jin, after they noticed that the father of wrestling was behind them. This angered the man. He did not understand what such a crowd of people was doing here. He told the guy to clear the way for him, since he doesn't have time to mess around here. He said he came here for them, so they should try. The girl and the guy said that everything would be done. The guards started pushing people to make way for the man. One of the guards turned to the hero and ordered him to step aside. The hero said that he should not move, as he is standing and waiting for his turn. The guy got angry and started pointing his finger at the hero, threatening him. The hero used the Eye of Truth and saw the stats of the guy. He was level 8. The conditions for copying abilities were that the hero needed to raise interest in himself to the maximum. The guy continued to poke the hero and threaten him. His sister, who was the hero's maid, came up to them. Seeing what her brother was doing, she was horrified. The hero took the guy by the finger and broke it. The guy's screams were just terrible. Calming down a little from the pain, anger came to the guy. He was going to kill the hero. People were watching what was happening. The surprised hero pours water on the enemy and with one well-aimed kick on the leg makes him lie on the ground. People watching the fight did not understand what was going on. The guy stumbled or just fell was unclear. The girl was trembling with fear. The man ordered to stop. The hero tried to check it with the Eye of Truth, but the attempt was a failure due to the huge difference in levels. Most likely, the level of this man is above the 20th. The hero was surprised and said out loud that he did not know that the man and the babysitter have. He said he was a useful guy, even though he needed to be looked after. The hero asked, "Does the guy's usefulness lie in the fact that he supplies China with ginseng of the Koryo dynasty?" The man was surprised by the hero's words, since he could not know about it. The hero said that no matter how he found out about it, they should talk about more powerful things, such as how to get rid of side effects. The man asked the hero to be silent and used the 3rd-level dungeon skill. Friends shouted in the wake, but the guy and the man were in another space. There the hero asked for 10 dungeons. The man asked if the guy could prove that he wasn't lying. An edible item needed to restore stamina and mana, namely the ginseng of the Koryo dynasty. But if you just eat it, then there will be an effect of magical poisoning. The hero said that 3 items can help with this: Corrasion Juice, Moonstone, and the most important is the Mandrake Root. The hero assumed that they were looking for the Mandrake Root and asked if the man believed him now. All the words said by the guy were true, from which the man was very surprised. In the end, he decided to trust the hero, but pointed a sword at him and warned him not to pull any tricks, otherwise he would have problems. The man understood that the 10 most valuable dungeons were too high a fee, so he intended to finish here. Unexpectedly, the hero repulsed the attack and said that both the deal and the man's life were in his hands. The hero's friends fought off the attacks of the guards. Suddenly the dungeon skill was cancelled and a hero and a man appeared. Friends were worried about the guy, but he said that everything was fine and that they had found a common language. The guy who helps the man shouted that the hero can't just let go, but it only infuriated him. The man got angry and grabbed his man by the throat. He said that he was not his equal, and if he did something again, he would get it. Almost losing consciousness, the guy said that he understood everything. After the man released his hand, he fell to the ground. He was angry because he was very much humiliated. He intended to kill the hero. The hero fulfilled the conditions and chose the stealth skill of D rank. This is a passive skill that allows you to control your breathing and pulse. The hero went to take the test under the discussion of people that he tore up his opponents. The hero came to the test room. There they explained to him that to measure strength, you need to hit the stone with all your might. You can use everything that the hero has. The guy decided to use only his dagger. The hero immediately approached the middle-level stone. The examiner asked him to approach the initial stone, since ordinary players will not even be able to activate the stone that the hero is aiming at. The guy hit the stone with all his might, after which it was cut. The examiner was just shocked, since most of the players do not qualify because they do not have enough magical power to attack a small stone. And to break the average, he thought it was impossible at all. The hero was assigned the S rank and the examiner hurried to notify his superiors. The hero asked this person to report in a week. This surprised the examiner, but due to the pressure of the hero, he had to agree. His maid came up to the guy. He boasted of his result, which took the first place from the girl. She presented the hero with a brazen ring, which he ordered her to bring. The hero was surprised that the girl managed to deliver it on time. It came out even a little earlier than he had planned. After the praise, she asked to remove the seal, as she fulfilled the promise. But the hero said that he would still see how she would behave. He told his friends that he had an F rank. They were very surprised by this. He said that this is a temporary result and there will be another test in a week. The hero said not to worry about him and head to the tower. He got into a taxi and thought about the upcoming test. The first test is needed to determine the magic power, and in the second test you need to pass one of the dungeons. There is no limit to the difficulty, you can choose any opponent. The place the hero wanted to get to was the ancient ruins on the first floor. For all the time, this place has not been passed. He had not been to this place called the Abode of the Fallen for a long time. A jar was thrown at the hero and ordered to carry suitcases.
Mountain Ruins, the first floor of the Tower of Trials. Having an F rank, the hero could not get there alone, so he went as a porter. Another man asked the hero how he got here, and he replied that it was because of the money. The man himself went on such a dangerous journey to feed his family. The man said that they as low-ranking need to follow the strong, but the hero reassured him with words that no one will die today. Kvemt, whose task was to capture the ruins of S rank, has begun. They needed to kill the boss and free the prince. As a reward, you can get a relic. The group arrived at the place and the hero received a notification about a special reward that was given to the people of the first generation of the tower. The hero was given good luck and adaptability stats. The skill Cold Heart and Monopolization was also obtained. The second one was especially useful, as it allowed to increase the reward if the guy alone completed the quest. The hero was overjoyed, because such awards were very rare. Suddenly, a teleportation circle appeared from which people came out. All the groups that were teleported, namely 50 people, survived. These people were the raid group of the Parhi Guild. The hero used the Eye of Truth on the commander of the group. He had level 14 and he was not bad in strength. And the condition for copying was getting the trust of Song Zhonghuan. The hero did not like the condition, as it will be difficult to gain trust. The guy was also surprised that the head of the guild, who was in the top 10, had such a small level. The magician warned people that it would be dark next and they should be on the alert. He activated the lamp skill and the dead bodies of monsters became visible. For the porters, this atmosphere was very frightening. The team leader was glad that the porters had already arrived, and the hero was thinking. Since it was really strange that after killing such a number of monsters, the group did not suffer casualties. The hero was hit on the shoulder by a man and asked him to distribute water to people. This angered the hero, but in this operation he had to play the role of a porter. The man asked to deal with foreigners while they helped their own. The hero drew attention to the name of one of the foreigners, who said that they were warriors of the Zion Guild. For the hero, these people were fragile creatures, but still he decided to make friends with one of them. He walked up to the man in silver armor and handed him a mug of cold water. The man took off the mask and a woman's charming face was hidden under it. The hero recognized her. She was the eldest daughter of a family of aristocrats of Laurentia from Europe. A versatile player with offensive, defensive and healing skills. The player who saved Amsterdam. One of the most famous players in Europe. Saint of Amsterdam Teresa de Laurentia. Now it was clear to the hero why the group had no losses. The hero used the Eye of Truth skill, but he could not look at the stats of the girl because of the difference in level. Unexpectedly, thanks to his newfound luck, he managed to see the girl's status window. She had level 29 and more than 10,000 coins in her account. The conditions for copying the girl's abilities was to save her from a dangerous situation. The girl thanked the guy for the water. The hero was thinking about the ability that he very much wanted to get from the girl, namely the patronage of heaven. For the hero, it remains to find out what kind of situation will be dangerous for her and how he can save her. The leader was urgently called. When he arrived at the place, he saw the corpses of the sentries. A notification popped up to all the people saying that the guardians of the ruins were watching for trespassers. If the system is activated, it will summon the guardians. The leader was angry at the idiot who activated this system. The leader was thinking that he only had 10 minutes, if he fought with the guards, then more than half of his people would die. He was consumed with doubts, although it was right to retreat, but he could not do it. As a result, he decided to continue the raid. The people of the head began to dissuade him, but he said that he would take responsibility for himself. There was a chance, because Saint Teresa was with them. The newcomers were discussing the possible appearance of the guardians. One of them calmed the guys down and said that they just need to follow the orders of the leader. He assumed that most likely all the guards had already been killed, but suddenly a hand appeared behind his back, which crushed his body. 3 people stood in a defensive formation, but it was clear from their faces that they knew that this was the end. The leader ordered his men to prepare for battle. He gave orders to people, but the porters were transferred to the rear, so that they would not get in the way. The leader activated steel protection and combat concentration. The sorceress gave buffs to the allies. One of the guards jumped up and flew into the leader, who somehow managed to block the blow. Another group requested tanks, as they would die at this rate. Everyone appealed to the leader with requests. He did not feel such pressure and ordered to focus on the battle. He decided not to think about solo players. A group of solo players were waiting for help, which the leader was not going to send, so they would not act harmoniously with the guild members. Solo players almost came to an end, but a girl intervened, who easily destroyed the guards. The girl went to the rear, as 2 guards jumped through the fighting structure. In the rear, almost all the porters were dead, only the person with whom the hero communicated remained in the creation. The guardian swung to strike at this man, but there was a hero who destroyed the monster with precise cuts. The hero repeated the words that the man would return home alive, but the guard attacked the guy from behind. At the last moment, the hero dodged and attacked with his fiery ability. The hero did not finish off the guard, as he had to stay on the first level. The hero pondered who could be behind the awakening of the guards. The girl instantly found herself near the hero and dragged the man away. She thought that the guy threatened the man with a knife, so she was angry, because she thought that the hero was a good person. The girl, without giving time to justify, attacked, but the hero was able to dodge her lunge. The hero tried to explain himself, but the girl did not listen to him and thoughtlessly attacked. The guy realized that it was useless, and after another attack of the girl, he dodged and counterattacked in a melee, from which she ended up in the wall. He pointed a knife at her and said he hadn't awakened the guards. The man spoke and told that the hero had saved him. The girl did not expect this and later apologized a lot. The girl asked why the hero hid his identity, and he answered that, like the girls, he needs to get one item secretly from people. She was surprised that the hero knows about the contract of St. Peter, which she needed to choose a profession. The hero said that he knows all the strategies for passing this dungeon and that together they can go in search of an object. The thing he needed was also in that place. The girl told the leader about the fact that she intends to go ahead. He started screaming, but he couldn't resist the facts. He also allowed the girl to take one porter. None of the survivors wanted it and the hero volunteered to go. Others began to persuade the guy to come to his senses. Having no other options, the hero began to tell them about love. After the hero's words, they calmed down and accepted his decision. The hero and the girl got to the right place. The Treaty of St. Peter was in the sarcophagus, the protection of which had to be removed. A notification popped up to the hero and the girl stating that the boss was watching them. The girl was surprised. She assumed that he saw enemies in them, but the hero said that the boss was just interested in him. The girl clarified whether the hero really knows the way of passing, to which the guy confirmed the words spoken in the past. The hero gave the task to the girl, namely attracting the attention of the undead. The girl jumped right into the center of the crowd of monsters. She activated the battle song skill, which increased all the stats of the girl by 3 times for 10 minutes. As the hero said, the girl released divine energy, which attracted the attention of monsters. The girl killed monsters, and the hero took advantage of the moments to move over the heads of monsters who did not pay attention to him. The guy didn't want to raise his level, so he asked the girl to distract them. Unexpectedly, a magical attack was directed at the hero, which caused a strong explosion. It was an elite network. It was the mini-boss that the hero was waiting for. Suddenly, the second melee monster attacked the guy. He dodged and thought in surprise, since this monster should not have been here. The hero moved around the place while the lich attacked him with lightning. Thanks to the lightning that the hero dodged, the protection of the crypt was destroyed. The hero destroyed a nearby monster and cut the undead. An unknown person who was looking for a hero stepped on the skeleton's head. Unexpectedly for the guy, he said that they had not seen each other for a long time. The hero could not remember the person standing in front of him. This made him angry, because in his opinion the guy could not forget about him. The hero used the Eye of Truth on the guy in front of him and he found out that his name is Young Song and he has level 29. In order to copy the abilities of this person, the hero needs to defeat him with swords. In the hands of that guy was an iron sword of the Qianlong dynasty, which disappeared from the museum in the past. Remembering the past, the hero was able to recall one person who, after the first defeat, pursued him and challenged him to an innumerable number of duels. He was angry because the hero didn't recognize him. The hero got this stalker, but he continued. He promised that this time it would be different and he would win. The hero said that if he wants to fight, then so be it, but the guy's partner will not stand on the sidelines. Stalker used the ability to choose a playboy, after which they disappeared. Once in another space, the stalker officially challenged the hero to a fight using the duel skill, which increased all his stats by 10%, and weakened the hero by 10%. The situation for the hero became extremely unprofitable, but still he smiled. A notification popped up that due to an unfavorable situation, the hero will be able to temporarily copy the opponent's ability. He copied the S-rank sword song ability. The angry stalker went on the attack. The hero easily blocked his blows with a dagger. The stalker was angry that the hero underestimated him and used the sword soul skill. The floor cracked from the blow, but the hero dodged and asked if the stalker was trying too hard against the newcomer, to which he received a tough answer, since the guy was not a beginner. The hero understood that if this continued, his dagger would break, so he resorted to another plan, namely, to combine the song of the sword with the soul of the demon. The result was a skill of SS rank Cemetery of Swords, which increased sword skills by 5 times. The hero critically lacked a mana reserve, but the power he emitted scared the stalker. After the fear came anger and despair that he could not defeat the hero in any way. He directed an uncountable number of attacks, but the hero now parried them with complete ease. The guy was behind the stalker and knocked the sword out of his hands with a dagger blow. The hero won again. Stalker called it 138 defeat at the hands of the hero. He asked me to kill him. The hero did not kill the guy, but offered to fight again in the future. To copy the player's second ability, you need to wait 60 days. The hero really just didn't want to waste time searching. Stalker promised that next time the outcome of the battle will be different. The stalker asked the name of the hero, and because of the refusal to be called, he decided to call him, as always, Stinky. The hero was definitely not thrilled with this. At the same time, the cleanup teams were surprised, since in their opinion all the monsters were killed, but the artifact showed something else. Something was approaching them at a very high speed. It was an iron golem, which scared people a lot. There was a supreme vampire on the shoulder of the iron monster. He came down and greeted the guests. His name was Squirrel and he was the escort of the owner of this place, Lord, who was one of the blood relatives. People pointed their swords at the vampire and started asking questions. The purpose of this creature's visit was to make an offer to the leader of the group. He wanted to invite them to follow him, or, without finishing, he touched his sword with his finger, from which a drop of blood fell to the ground. The blood plague ability was activated, the level of which was not even known. People were enveloped in vampire blood and they were absorbed. He agreed that only half would follow him, and the rest would be eaten. At the same time, the girl used the power of the saint on the hero. He has absorbed an item of SSS rank Frozen Star, which increases the supply of magic. Only there was a condition, namely the use of holy power. The hero received plus 12 points to mana. The girl asked if everything went well and the hero said that yes, he was satisfied. A notification popped up, which spoke about the invitation of the owner of the monastery. It said that in order to save people, they need to come to the furthest room. If they accept the invitation, all traps and monsters will be deactivated. The girl was shocked that the whole squad was taken hostage. She was ready to act, but she wasn't sure if they would succeed in defeating the Lord. Joining the squad, the girl just wanted to protect people. Stalker said that it does not concern him, so he intends to leave. Stalker finally gave advice to the girl, namely that even though the hero is a scumbag, but he will be able to defeat the Lord. The girl asked the hero for help, and he said that his services were expensive. After the girl's words that she would do everything in her power, they came to an agreement and accepted the quest. When she reached the gate, the girl was frightened by the amount of mana she felt. The hero calmed her down and said that it gives them an idea of the enemy's strength. The hero also said that the strongest does not always win and that he has a plan. He said that no matter what situation they refused, she believed his words. Going inside, they were waiting for a very colorful interior. The Lord turned out to be an attractive girl. Sitting on the throne, she complained about the long wait. The guy asked about the condition of the people and the girl showed that they were fine. The hero's attention was attracted by one guy who, in his opinion, awakened the guards. The girl explained the reason why she invited the guy to her abode, namely his sweet and inviting smell. His blood smelled very sweet and excited the girl. The hero was alarmed by the words of the vampire, but she reassured him that he would live another 60 years, as yummy things should be enjoyed. The hero resisted this outcome and immediately received a wound on his cheek. The Lord didn't care about the hero's opinion, since he had no choice for her. The girl who came with the guy was worried about the hero, but he knelt down and offered the Lord to give her something sweeter than his blood. Although the vampire was interested in this, but for her there can be nothing sweeter than blood. The hero offered her freedom. After what she heard, she was in a stupor, and her servants began shouting at the hero and threatening violence. The vampire ordered her servants to be silent and said that it was better for the hero to confirm his words with deeds. The hero assured that he was confident in his words. The Lord allowed him to speak. He gave his name and putting on a mask said that he, as a representative of the mines, vowed to release the vampire. Mainami called people who, for their own reasons, turned away from people. They prevented players from climbing the tower and helped monsters. The vampire had heard about the mothers, and was not sure that the hero belonged to them. The hero says that he contacted the temple on the 27th floor and there he was told about the vampire and how to free her. The girl who came with him did not understand why the hero was talking about it. Hearing these words, the vampire believed, since the knowledge about the temple proved that the hero was not bluffing. She still didn't trust the hero and activated the blood sphere ability. Although she was sorry to kill a man with such sweet blood, but she could not stand it. The attack was directed at the hero, who did not react in any way. A girl stood in front of him ready to take the blow on herself. She activated the saint's power, which helped dispel the attack. The attempts of the girls settled the Lord. It was just an ordinary attack. The vampire's face instantly changed to despicable. She hated the holy forces. She decided to destroy people with one skill, namely a bloody explosion. The girl did not know how long she would last, but she believed in the hero. The girl's smile was interrupted by the hero's dagger, which pierced her chest. Tears welled up in her eyes and with the last of her strength she looked at the guy. Seeing this, the Lord slowed down and the hero expressed his intentions to prove that his words were not a bluff. She called off the attack and said it wasn't enough. The wounded girl grabbed the hero by the pant leg and reminded him of the promise to save people. The hero finished off the poor girl. This made the Lord laugh, but she was sure that he was on her side and allowed him to explain himself. To deceive the barrier, the hero prepared a special spell. Brazen's Ring. If you put the soul of the Lord in this ring, you will be able to deceive the barrier. This was the first time Lord had heard of soul sealing. The reason why the hero stayed at the first level was because of the soul skill, since it can only be activated by a first-level player. He used this ability. It could only be used once a year and the soul could only be sealed with the permission of the second essence. The hero said that in a few minutes the circle will disappear, only with the consent of the Lord can it be done, so he is waiting for an answer. The vampire conveyed her thoughts to her servant. She ordered in case of suspicious actions to kill the hero and destroy the circle. The girl decided to trust and went into the circle. She asked if she could trust the hero and he said that the vampire would not get sick. She gave the go-ahead to move the soul and her soul ended up in the ring. She also gave a comment that the ring is quite cozy. The hero expressed his joy that the vampire liked her new home. She did not understand these words, but the girl who came with the hero stood up. All thanks to the ability of the patronage of heaven, which allows you to resurrect once every 240 hours. The still wounded girl smiled. Under the cries of the Lord, the hero put the ring in his pocket. The partner had a lot of questions, but they mutually decided to discuss it later. The vampire's servant was furious and attacked people using the blood wave skill. The hero used the fire skill to stop the enemy's attack and ordered the girl to free people. She was the first to release the leader, who immediately asked about the situation. The servant did not understand how an ordinary person could reflect his magic. The hero said that their magics extinguished each other when they collided and warned that after their mistress was sealed, they lost. The hero and the servant took swords in their hands. The leader of the squad watching the hero was shocked and asked who the hero was. The girl realized that since he did not take off his mask, he wanted to remain anonymous, so she lied that she had recently met him. During the dialogue between the girl and the leader, the hero has already dealt with the opponents. The girl said that dying at the hands of an ally is very painful. And the hero just said that they coped. The girl began to cry and thanked the guy for the fact that thanks to his efforts they are all alive. After that, the hero got the skill he wanted so much. The girl was touched, but she had a question, namely, how did the hero know that she would be resurrected? He just said it was good that she survived. The hero offered to take the relics and leave. The leader of the group introduced himself to the guy and said that the rights to the relics belonged to his guild. The hero was not satisfied with this arrangement and he said that it was not grateful. The leader of the group did not mean that. He said that the guild will pay for the relics with what the hero asks. The guy said that since these relics are so necessary, then let them take them away, but do not be disappointed later. The leader, having touched the relic, fell under the curse. Only after the death of the Lord it will be lifted, and he was sealed in a ring. Behind the dungeon, people were waiting for the group. They received a message that the ruins had been cleared. People enthusiastically congratulated the guild for the successful cleanup. The leader of the team who lost his hair and eyebrows with eyelashes also stood out. Bald men cried because they knew the bitterness of the endowment. Teresa began to tell me that it wasn't a raid group that cleaned up the ruins. People assumed it was her, but she introduced a hero who was in the suit. He almost single-handedly cleaned up the ruins. While they were watching from the sidelines,